Are things falling apart or are they actually falling together? Sometimes we can ask ourselves those questions over and over again because life will be lifing every day. Nothing that we do is going to be just 100% great all the time. We're not going to be on point all the time. We're not going to do all the things that we need every day. It's not going to feel like we are wanting to get up, wanting to do, wanting to move, keep doing what we need to do to keep moving forward. But sometimes your fallen broken pieces can actually be things becoming a great, wonderful masterpiece. I'm Dr. Keshia Keith, and I am a licensed professional counselor, licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I help you grow through the dry places. Today, we are going to talk about from breakthroughs to breakdowns. Sometimes we have to understand that our breakthroughs are the result of something breaking down. Sometimes you remember you don't get that new car unless your car sometimes breaks down and it just consistently breaks down. There's something wrong. Every time you turn around, something is going on and you've got to replace this, got to replace that. Pretty soon you're like, okay, I'm tired of all of this. So I'm just going to go get a new car so I don't have to worry about this stuff. So sometimes that breakdown will get you your breakthrough in something new, something different. But how about sometimes that breakdown will get you just exactly what you need? It will allow you to learn some things that you need to learn. Because I know for me, I've experienced a lot of things in life, and postpartum was one of those. And in my journey, I dealt with that, and it hit me hard. It knocked the wind out of me, literally. I did not know if I was coming or going sometimes. And in that space, I found myself questioning everything about reality, everything about my thought process, everything about what was necessary, what I needed to do, what I didn't need to do. I cut off so many things and so many people during that period of time when I really needed those people as supports because those people really were in my corner. They really showed up for me, even when I didn't realize they were showing up for me. And a lot of times that is what will happen when we are going through a breakdown. We feel so isolated, so alone, so frustrated, feeling like all is lost, like no one cares, nobody's paying attention to us, nobody sees that we are running out of fuel, that we are about to pass out somewhere. We are just going, trying to do because what? For me, I tried to put the cape on, and be Miss Save It, Miss Do It, Miss Be Everywhere, do all the things. And that is not realistic. Realistically, we are only designed to do things bit by bit in chunks. And sometimes that can be a difficult task because it feels overwhelming when you wake up and you realize that there are about 20 things on your to do list and you really, if you really thought about the time frames that you have to do those things in your day, you realize this is not going to work for me. I'm not going to be in a space where I can literally realistically get these things done. And so your mind starts to go and it starts to race, and then that affects everything else about you. That affects your body, that affects how you are processing, how you are reading things, how you're observing, how you're making an assessment of what's going on around you. It becomes difficult for you to know what is real and necessary and what is a delusion and not necessary but feels like somewhere you need to be right now. It is important that we understand that our breakdowns can look like we are doing great. They really can. For other people on the outside looking in, they would probably have said, okay, yeah, there's nothing wrong with her. She looks good. She's got a smile on her face. She's doing all these things. I see all this. I hear all this and whatnot. But in reality, there are a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes that we never really get to see and get to know. And that is the same thing in your life. Can you be honest and say, I have at times been like the duck. I have been sitting on the water. It's been looking great. I've been just floating and doing the thing. And underneath that water, I'm paddling for dear life because I really, really don't want to pass out here. I don't want to get it wrong. Don't want people to say, oh, I thought she was, better than that, or I thought she could do. But it does not matter what other people think. It matters what you know. And what you know is sometimes I need to take a pause in this. Sometimes I need to really allow myself the opportunity to just be. Sometimes I need to allow myself the opportunity to just ask myself, what is it that I need in this day? What is in this moment that is going to make me better, make me the best that I can be for myself in this day? And when you say for yourself, that is not selfish. That is you looking out for yourself so that you can be prepared to take care of other people. Because anybody who lacks oxygen, or if your car is riding on E and you're like, okay, I have about 10 or 12 more miles I can go, and then that car fools you one day and it just totally shuts off, you will understand that your body, just like your vehicle, cannot operate on E for long, because E is not enough. That is what E does not mean. E means empty. E means depleted. It means that you need to go and get something to rejuvenate yourself, refocus yourself, refill yourself. You need to go do something. So sometimes that might be just, hey, sit down in your chair, take a few moments, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, and allow yourself just to feel your breath going through your body, allowing yourself the opportunity to just experience what it is like for your air to just go up and down and up and down. That is allowing you to become oxygenated. That is allowing you to get what you need in those moments and in those spaces, because guess what? You have to be able to refuel. You have to be able to do what the airline flight attendant says, and put that oxygen mask on yourself first before you proceed to go and help anybody else. So that oxygen mask has to be something that you determine and decide what it is. Because I know sometimes for me, it's just sitting down, drinking some water. It's sitting down, reading something inspirational. It's sitting down, saying my prayers. It's sitting down, sometimes meditating. It's sitting down, reading a scripture, reading something that is going to be life and life giving for me. And that being still is going to allow me to reset, refuel, recharge, and refocus. And what happens when we hit the reset button? When we hit the reset button, we can start that thing over again, and we can move at the pace that we need to without getting to empty. It does not mean you have enough time, you have enough space, you have enough capacity. It means you are on empty. It means rescue me 911, because I am in trouble. So in those breakdowns, you are allowing yourself to be able to do that. Because for the longest time, I found myself not being able to do that. What about you? Are you like that empty cup? Are you like that empty cup that just can't give anymore but is trying? If I went to go pick up an empty cup, would it quench my thirst? Would it hydrate me at all? It would not. I would just be taking in some air, because empty cups do not quench thirst. Therefore, it is not quenching yours. It is not quenching anybody else's. So you have to stop, and you have to find ways that are going to fill that cup, because that breakdown is going to be imminent. It is going to knock you off your feet, because if you don't take time, you will find yourself having no choice but to make time to be able to reinvigorate and reset your body, mind, and soul. Some days it got hectic. Some days I really could take some time and say, okay, I'm going to go spend some time with a friend, or I'm going to go do these things. But I couldn't do that always, because there are things in life that really need to be done. They are really urgent. So I had to identify what those urgent things were. Those things that if I don't get them done today, then it will be something catastrophic tomorrow. So I'm prioritizing those things and making sure that I'm doing them. I'm keeping myself focused, keeping myself on track. I'm making a list, because guess what? A list can be your friend. You know what? These little sticky note things right here, they come in handy, and being able to get those and use those, it is imperative that you find a system that works for you. You might say, okay, I don't want sticky notes all over the place. Well, maybe, hey, pick up your phone, start looking in your notes and creating things, creating lists, creating things that you need to do. It is telling me things are organized in a particular fashion. This is what I am going to commit to do today, so that I am not finding myself in a whirlwind. I am allowing myself to just kind of pace myself and create a flow and a rhythm where I need it. Because in your breakdown, Your breakdown is designed to help you learn some things about yourself, help you understand what you can do, what you cannot do, what you should not do, because not everything is for you. What is for you, but some of that other stuff you have to start shedding. You have to start putting over here and reassigning to other people to do, because it is not all for you to take on all at one time. In this moment, I want to remind you that your breakdown is not all lost. All is not lost in that breakdown. It is coming together as a beautiful masterpiece to prevent you from continuing those breakdowns and allowing you to find your breakthrough. Because in your breakthrough, that's where you are able to grow through the dry places. That's where you are able to keep moving forward in life, because every day is not going to be sunshine, but every day is going to be worth it if you purpose in your mind that it is so. If you say today is a good day, I will allow myself the opportunity not to give in to my emotion, because if we are allowing our emotions to drive the vehicle, what is going to happen? We are going to find ourselves in the ditch. So it is being able to identify what are the things that I control. Those things I control are how I think, how I feel, how I respond, how I behave in situations. Those are things that I can control. The other things are outside of my control. Those belong to other people. Accept what your perspective is and move from there. You have to understand that the only things that you are in control of are yourself. It's your thoughts, your actions, your words, so that I don't find myself in a space of turmoil, so that I don't find myself in a space where I'm trying to live somebody else's life, because you get this one life, and this is the one that you need to choose to live, not the one that you see somebody else living or in some other spaces, because that's cute and glamorous, but once again, you don't know what behind the curtain looks like. And because you don't know what behind the curtain looks like, you can't say what is good and what is not good for that person. You can't say what they're really doing or what they're really experiencing, because once again, we could all be that duck. We could all be floating on the water just doing it, but we're down in the water trying to keep it all afloat, trying to stay steady and do the things that we need to do. So you got to remember that everything may be falling apart, but it can really be coming together. Take time to revamp your plan. And remember that if by chance you liked what you heard today, that it was encouraging, it was uplifting to you, definitely share it with somebody else. Because I'm sure there's some people that are probably having some breakdowns and they're trying to figure out their breakthrough, but they just see and feel like it's so heavy and it's so impossible. But today you can share with them and let them know that it is not all lost. And I heard something today that I think you need to listen to, because I think it might be good food for thought. Be sure to share it. Like this YouTube page and share it. And we'll see you next time, because we got to have this continued conversation. It is important that we continue the conversation of being able to continue to move forward as we are growing through our dry places. Talk to you next time.